We are dripping wet water. In this presentation, we're going to discuss one of the most overlooked challenges in industrial water systems, biofilm. We'll look at the hidden costs biofilm creates throughout a facility, how those costs impact operations, and why chlorine dioxide, specifically the Cloex catalytic chlorine dioxide technology, is one of the most effective tools available for controlling biofilm and improving system performance. When most people think about biofilm, they think about bacteria. But biofilm is much more than a microbial issue. Biofilm not only creates microbiological fouling, it also impacts nearly every aspect of a water system, including flow restriction, maintenance requirements, corrosion, energy efficiency, water consumption, and overall water quality. These problems are often treated separately, but in reality, they are all connected through one common source: biofilm. Each of these categories eventually translates into cost. More fouling means more cleanings. More maintenance means more labor. Corrosion means equipment replacement. Poor heat transfer increases energy costs. Higher water consumption increases operating expenses. And poor water quality can create compliance and product quality concerns. The hidden cost of biofilm is often much larger than most facilities realize. Biofilm presents several challenges. It is microscopic, hydrophobic, and negatively charged, which helps it resist many traditional disinfectants. It also intermittently and unpredictably releases bacteria back into the water. Most importantly, 80% of all bacteria are contained within biofilms. Clean water does not mean clean surfaces. Biofilm remains attached to equipment even when the water is clean. The water in your toilet is the same as the water from your kitchen faucet. But you wouldn't drink from the toilet. Why? Because no matter how clean the surface appears, you know it's contaminating your water. In industrial water treatment, we often ignore the surfaces, and this results in contaminated water. A clean water system requires both water and surface treatment. Biofilm is a big problem. Chlorine dioxide is the best solution and most effective cleaning agent for biofilm removal. Chlorine dioxide is a weak oxidant, a dissolved gas, and remains effective across a broad pH range. One of the most important advantages of chlorine dioxide is its ability to penetrate deep into biofilm structures. Many biocides react rapidly at the outer layer of the biofilm and never reach the microorganisms living deeper within the colony. Chlorine dioxide behaves differently. Because it has no charge and is a dissolved gas, it can move deeper into the biofilm, providing more complete microbial control and helping prevent rapid regrowth. Rather than simply treating the water, chlorine dioxide attacks the source of the biofilm problem by treating the surface. While chlorine dioxide itself is highly effective, the challenge has always been generating it safely, efficiently, and at high purity. Cloex generation systems utilize a safe and controllable reaction to produce a high-purity solution at low concentration and high conversion efficiency. By eliminating many of the traditional drawbacks associated with chlorine dioxide generation, Cloex delivers a high-purity solution specifically designed for biofilm control and water treatment. Now that we've established how biofilm impacts an entire water system, let's look at what those costs look like in real applications and how you can reduce existing and prevent future costs. Let's begin looking at the specific costs associated with biofilm. Heat transfer surfaces are especially vulnerable. Even microscopic layers of biofilm act as insulation. As heat exchangers, cooling systems, and HVAC equipment become fouled, they require more energy to achieve the same performance. The result is increased utility costs, reduced efficiency, and additional stress on equipment. As you can see from the graph, heat transfer resistance versus biofilm thickness is not a linear relationship. Dramatic performance loss begins long before biofilm becomes visible. As biofilm thickness increases, heat transfer resistance rises rapidly. By the time you can see traces of biofilm on the surface, the damage is done. Your heat transfer has reduced by 80% due to the insulating properties of the biofilm. Many facilities experience significant efficiency losses without realizing biofilm is the cause. By controlling biofilm early, these hidden energy penalties can be prevented. With Cloex, you don't have to fight heat transfer resistance. You prevent it by eliminating the biofilm before it has the opportunity to develop. Biofilm also drives water consumption. As fouling accumulates, systems require more frequent cleaning cycles, more backwashing, and more flushing. This increases water usage, wastewater generation, and operating costs. Reducing biofilm often leads directly to water conservation. This ultrafiltration case study demonstrates that relationship. After implementing Cloex technology, the facility significantly reduced backwash frequency from 120 per month to 15 per month. Less biofilm meant less water wasted on maintenance activities. This led to 85% less water being used to maintain the UF system. Another major consequence of biofilm is fouling and flow restriction. As deposits accumulate inside pipes, membranes, and process equipment, pressure losses increase and system throughput decreases. Pumps must work harder, energy usage rises, and production efficiency suffers. These costs often go unnoticed because they develop gradually over time. This reverse osmosis system provides a good example. By controlling biofilm with Cloex technology, the facility reduced fouling and improved overall membrane performance. RO cleanings went from every 10 days to every 60 days, allowing savings in chemicals and cleanings. Microbial-induced corrosion, or MIC, is another expensive consequence of uncontrolled biofilm. Microorganisms living within biofilms create localized environments that accelerate corrosion. Over time, this can lead to leaks, equipment failures, premature asset replacement, and significant repair costs. In many cases, the corrosion damage is only discovered after substantial deterioration has already occurred. Biofilm drives a continuous cycle of corrosion and degradation. As biofilm develops, microbial activity increases. Corrosion accelerates. Surface damage creates new locations for biofilm attachment. The cycle repeats and continues to worsen. Breaking the biofilm cycle is one of the most effective ways to prevent the MIC progression. Cloex not only breaks the biofilm cycle, it prevents it from starting, reducing downtime, lowering maintenance costs, improving efficiency, and improving profitability. Water quality is often the most visible consequence of microbial growth. Biofilm can harbor bacteria, create water quality instability, increase contamination risks, and complicate regulatory compliance. For facilities that depend on consistent water quality, biofilm control is essential. In this example, by controlling biofilm throughout the drinking water distribution system, this facility achieved more consistent microbial control and improved overall water quality performance. They reduced growing days, increased shipping weight, improved feed conversion ratio, and reduced the mortality rate by 28%. Cleaner surfaces lead to cleaner water that leads to healthier livestock. Finally, the most frustrating cost of biofilm is downtime. Every cleaning event, maintenance activity, inspection, or equipment repair requires time and labor. When biofilm is reduced, maintenance becomes less frequent, equipment remains cleaner, and operations become more reliable. By using Cloex, you can prevent frustrating downtime. Fouling, corrosion, energy losses, excessive water consumption, maintenance requirements, and water quality issues are not independent problems. They're symptoms of the same underlying challenge, biofilm. When you control biofilm, you improve every part of the system. That's why Cloex focuses on attacking biofilm on the surface, rather than just treating the water. Thank you for your time, and if you'd like to learn more about Cloex technology and biofilm, please check out our other videos.